What's up, everybody, and welcome back to another video from the 10-7 MMA channel. And today on Twitter, from the UFC official Twitter, was this post. Big announcement today. Dana White will be going live on Instagram later today. Now, I have a packed schedule. I don't know if I'm going to be able to watch this announcement whenever it airs. So I thought I'd make a little prediction video as to what I think will be announced. I have a pretty good idea. And this is based on a couple of things. It's based on, obviously, rumors that we've been hearing for quite some time, but also Ali Abdelaziz did an interview yesterday, I believe, on Submission Radio that gives us a lot of insights into what I think is going to be announced later today, which I'm very excited about. And this is what I think is going down. First and foremost, I believe that we are going to be getting the announcement finally for Islam versus JDM headlining UFC 322. Now, this is not only from the Ali Abdelaziz video, but this is also from a video of Khabib at a conference somewhere in New York or something like that a few weeks ago, saying that this fight was already done and they're going to be headlining this event in New York at Madison Square Garden. So I believe that this will be going down. But again, we can hear it from Ali in this recent interview. He doesn't give the dates or the specifics, but I think Khabib usually speaks the 100% truth. I don't think he would have said that if he didn't know already. But anyways, check out what Ali had to say in this interview.
Madison Square Garden.
Listen, at the end of the day, the fight is done, but like I always respectful to the promotion. It's their job. They didn't announce the fight. But I know this by end of the year, Australia gonna have no champions. And maybe
I know. What do you mean we're going to Volkanovski? Volkanovski, do you believe that Murphy's going to beat Volkanovski?
I mean, look, that's two options, right? It's either November or December. It's one of the two. I'm inclined to believe it's November just because Khabib said that as well, that this is the fight that's going down. But he says no Australian champions by the end of the year, right? It's got to be one of the two. I'm betting that it's going to be in November in Madison Square Garden. It's a big event. Islam is a huge star. I mean, Ilia Topuria is also a big star. So, but that's my prediction just based on what Khabib said in coordination with Ali. All right, the next announcement that I believe we're going to get today, I'm hoping, I believe it, is going to be UFC 323 to close out the year in December. Ilia Topuria versus Justin Gaethje. I've been saying this for a while. A lot of people have been saying this for a while. Obviously, it's either going to be, I guess you could say three people, right? Paddy, Gaethje, or Arman Tsarukyan, but I don't think Paddy's coming up. Even Dana White said that he's probably going to fight somebody else, so it's probably not going to be Paddy Pimblett. It's between Gaethje and Arman Tsarukyan. I know a lot of folks have felt that this Gaethje matchup is not what they want to see. They think Arman Tsarukyan is the rightful number one contender, and that may be, but for myriad reasons, I believe they're going to put this fight on. I mean, look, Gaethje wants a big fight, otherwise he's not fighting, and I do think the promotion values Gaethje enough where they're going to say, you know what, let's slide you in there, not just to do you a favor, but also it's going to be a big fight. It's going to be a banger. They're going to stand and bang. It's going to be incredible. So I think this fight makes sense. And again, Arman can have another fight in the meantime and then come up and fight Ilia shortly after. He'll still probably be, I'm sure if he gets a victory in his next fight, he'll be the number one contender. And then he can face off against Ilia Topuria after that. So again, just to bolster this claim, this feeling that it will be Ilia versus Gaethje as opposed to Ilia versus Tsarukyan. Listen to what Ali had to say on this front. And Ali, he's got the most fighters active, I believe, under his roster in the UFC. He has got a great relationship with the UFC. I have to believe he knows what he's talking about when he says the things he says. And he actually says that he believes there's already a different fight lined up for Arman Tsarukyan. Check this out.
Everything that you're hearing.
Nothing changed. Justin is sticking to his gun. I support him 100%. You know, it's the right thing to do to give him a title fight. You know, listen, if he said, I'm going to give Arman a title fight before Justin, I said, okay, I agree. He's number one. He's on a crazy winning streak. But you can't tell me he's going to give anyone above Justin outside Arman. And it looks like Arman is maybe going to fight Hooker. And I think the right thing to do, the body of work Justin Gaethje had done for the UFC, I think at least he can do for him, give him a title shot against Taiwan.
So there you go. I don't think Ali would say that if that was not at all within the realm of possibilities or a highly likely scenario. So I think an Arman Tsarukyan versus Dan Hooker makes sense. It's fun. Dan Hooker's been calling out Arman Tsarukyan. He's not afraid of anybody. He'll take on anyone who the UFC gives him. So I think this makes a lot of sense. And then if Arman gets through Dan Hooker, they've got it lined up right there. If Hooker beats Arman Tsarukyan, that's a banger of a fight. Get Dan Hooker a title shot finally. So I think this is win-win. I am a huge fan of Justin Gaethje. Justin, my co-host on this channel, Gaethje is his favorite fighter. No matter what, even if people are a little upset at the beginning and saying, hey, it should be Arman or whatever, once I think the dust settles and people accept that this fight will be going down, people are going to get excited. It's going to be fun. It's going to be one of those fights where you're not going to want to blink. There's going to be a knockout, like guaranteed. So to me, I'm very excited. And also the other thing that I think is pretty interesting, if I'm not mistaken, I believe the bone density of Justin Gaethje and Ilia Topuria, they're two of the people that have had the highest bone density measured in the history of the UFC. It's something like that. Maybe not 1 and 2, but like they're up there in terms of very high bone density. So it's gonna be quite fun. Somebody's gonna get the knockout. We're gonna have to see who gets it in the heat of the moment. So anyways, I'm really excited. This is what I'm anticipating is going to come out later today. Let's see if I'm right. Come back. You can read me if I am wrong on these predictions, but this is what I think will be announced. Maybe a bunch of other fights as well, but these will be the big ones. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Do you think I'm on the right track or do you think I'm off? Thank you so much for joining. We'll see you in the next video. Take it easy.